What's poppin'? What's the deal, Phil? What it do, Drew? This is the guy, the one, the only Detroit recruiter.
You feel me? I'm coming to y'all because I decided to start a YouTube channel because I can't reach everybody. I'm in the community every single day for hours on end, in the rain, sleet, snow, winter, Thanksgiving, summer. I'm at your mammy crib. I'm everywhere, but I can't reach everybody. So I decided to do this YouTube after coming on as a recruiter to possibly shed some light on some of the myths and the misnomers of joining the Army National Guard. So,
without further ado, I'm gonna get y'all into 5 reasons that you need to know to join the Army National Guard. I want to tell you guys the 5 reasons that I use to join the military, join the Michigan Army National Guard. These reasons are in my order of importance. Like I said, there's different orders of importance that you could ascribe to. You know, something might be more important to you than something else. You choose that order for you. These are my 5 reasons based on all the youngins that I've mentored, all the people that I talk to, all my peers, and you know, the things that I value and the passions that I found in my life.
Coming in hot at number 5
is the insurance, man. The health, life, dental insurance. Like, the insurance is the same insurance Humana currently is Humana, the same insurance that the president, the senators, the congressmen get is available to you. The same network, the same ability to transfer in between networks, to find your own doctor. Currently, I live, I live near Farmington Hills. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I live. I was about to, but I live up there, and my doctor is in West Bloomfield. That's just what I chose. You feel me? That's just what I chose. I found me a doctor who fits my preferences of, you know, what I would think that somebody who understands me would look like. So my doctor is just like my therapist is a 40-year-old middle-aged black lady, because black women could tell when you faking. So I chose one as my doctor, right? So I say, my knee hurt, my knee hurt. She's like, wait, nothing wrong with your knee. Nothing wrong with your knee. And I'm like, you're right. I was just trying to get out of work today. But no, I don't ever try to get out of work. I work hard. I promise you. But your doctor, you can find whatever doctor you want, whatever doctor you fit in your preference inside the network. Tons of doctors to choose from. Guess how much I pay? Don't even guess. I pay $50 a month for me, which is comprehensive medical coverage. Zero copays on prescriptions, zero copays on treatment, surgeries, tests, nothing. No copays whatsoever. It's crazy, right? $50, no copays. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, let's say if I were going on vacation, let's say if I was taking the family out for 30 days to Aruba, or you know what I'm saying, or wherever, back to Germany or whatever, to go see some of my friends, I can ask for up to 6 months of whatever prescription that I need to take, headache medication, blood pressure medication, whatever you need to take. I can ask for up to 6 months of that medication. Guess how much I gotta pay? 0. That wasn't a gang sign, it was a 0. I don't have to pay nothing. You feel me? I don't have to pay anything. So to me, that was like my number 5 reason. Dental, obviously, you got to keep them boys looking crazy. Surgeries, everything. Like, it's crazy. Life insurance, I pay $7 a month for life insurance. Pay $7 a month up to, I want to say that's $100,000 worth of coverage. If I choose to bump that up, let's say if I'm going on a vacation, or if I'm apply for a position to teach overseas, or if I apply for a tour overseas or anything like that, I can bump that up to $400,000 for, guess what? $21, in between $21 and $29 a month. $20 a month to basically in the event that, you know what I'm saying, I get hit by a bus or something, you know what I'm saying, my family now has $400,000 to take care of themselves. That's more money than probably I'm making. Well, no, it's about how much I'm making, like 4.5 years. So they could do without me for about 4.5 years. Then somebody gonna have to get a job. You feel me? But yeah. So just that was my number 5 reason. The insurances are like my number 5 reason.
Coming at you with number
4, you feel me, are the education, employment, and training incentives, right? Because in my experience, we live in a very litigant world. We live in a very profit-driven world. So if I can get something for free that's gonna make me more desirable to a market, I'm gonna do that, right? The reason why it's number 4 to me and it's not higher is because I'm about to hit you with some heat. It's about to get real zesty. You feel me? I'm gonna run down a couple of the benefits, right? So college assistance. With college assistance, you get the state tuition assistance program, right? So we call it in Michigan MingStap, right? Because you get up to $14,400 per year. So it's crazy because that number works in conjunction with the agreements that the military and service members have with the colleges around town, right? So let's say if you were in the Metro Detroit area and you wanted to attend Wayne State offers 50% off tuition. I'm rocking your world right now. You still gonna get that $14,000 regardless. Now you get that $14,000 with only owing the university $8,000 because tuition is $16,000. So you only owe the university $8,000. Better yet, let's say you're already in college. Let's say you were a sophomore like me. You're already in college. You got student loans. Let's say by now I got $30,000 in student loan. I got $30K in student loans already. I'm a sophomore. I enlist into the Michigan Army National Guard, and they pay up to $50,000 of your student loans back. So not only are they eliminating my debt from my past, but now they're giving me school at half of what I've been paying, and then they're giving me almost double what I need. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I don't even understand. Like, the math is so crazy. I don't even understand why people don't do it. So one of the other incentives, college, let's stay with college for a minute, are the federal tuition incentive program. Federal tuition incentive is $250 per semester hour, up to $4,000 a year. So now let's keep using Wayne State, right? The half off tuition. There's a lot of universities around Michigan that give 35% off tuition, 25% off tuition, half off tuition, things like that. So, and they're reimbursed by the federal government for these programs. So don't think that they not being helped too. They're creating a tax exempt form of revenue. So don't think, oh, it's a scam. No, the colleges know what they're doing. They wouldn't be doing something if it didn't help them in the long run. So it allows them to fix the roads and the infrastructure and buildings that are around the universities to help fix up downtown. It allows them to have a status and receive, different tax exemptions and tax breaks because they care about you, right? And it come down to the almighty dollar, right? So let's talk about the federal tuition assistance. This is what active duty soldiers get. Active duty soldiers get federal tuition assistance. What they don't get is what I just showed you, the state. So they don't get that 14 bands. They get their 4 though. They get their 4, and there's some other incentives, but they get their $4,000. You get all the federal incentives that are afforded to national active duty soldiers. You get all of the federal breaks that are afforded to reservists. Plus, you get state level assistance. And state, we go hard for our people, man. They giving you $4,000 on the federal tip. We giving 14. I see that, and I raise you 10 bands. You feel me? We playing poker. We playing poker out here. We raising people 10 bands. So join the Michigan Army National Guard, man. Like, let's get a bombshell for the Michigan Army National Guard. You feel me? Like, so now let's go. Let's move on to that federal state tuition assistance, right? $250 per semester hour, $4,000 a year. So that is on top of, right? You want to use that. Let's use Wayne State as an example. I'm using my federal first. I'm gonna drop that federal. Boom. So I just took that Wayne State. Remember, Wayne State already giving me half off. They're already giving me half off. Now I'm gonna use that darn federal to take half off of half. So 8,000. Boom. We took that bill down to 4,000. We still got 14 bands to play with. But let's not even touch that 14 bands yet. Let's wait. Because now we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down to the Montgomery GI Bill, which is up to $397 a month for a full-time college student. Let's go to the GI Bill kicker. If you qualify for the kicker, you know what I'm saying, based on your test scores or your job you choose, you qualify for that kicker, $200 a month. $200 a month for just being a college student. I mean, not even a college student. You could be in a trade school full-time. You could be in Dorsey schools. If you're a full-time student, you could be in St. Clair Community College, Wayne State, Oakland Community College, like Oakland University. It don't matter. University of Michigan, Michigan State. It don't matter. You can be in the Joy Road College of American Hood Studies. If you're a full-time student in that college, is nationally accredited, obviously, you can receive the Montgomery GI Bill plus GI Bill kicker if you qualify. So then we're going to go, boom. Student loan repayment program. We already talked about that. That's green. That's green across the board. That's green. You feel me? On 2K. That's green. Like 50K? Could you imagine? 50K? Like you racked up all this college debt and they like, well, don't even worry about it, bro. Don't even worry about it. We got you. Now let's move on. Tuition grant program. So I'm going to supply a link. There's going to be links everywhere, but I'm going to put a link in the description as it pertains to all of the different incentive programs that you can apply for. So the thing about the Michigan Army National Guard, right? This is a move in and of itself. Like this is a jug in and of itself. Now think about if you didn't have this. If you didn't have this, you applying for grants, scholarships. You can still do all of that. So out of your bursar, tuition bill, whatever your university calls it, you only got to pay, you're only looking at this. We're not even touching state tuition. Just using those incentives, you debt free. You got $4,000 that paid for by the federal government. You're still applying for FAFSA. Let's not talk about that $5,000. We ain't talking about that $5,000 you getting from FAFSA. So you already green, you already 1,000 up. Let's talk about, okay, so boom, you 1,000 up, right? We ain't even touched that 14. We ain't even touched it yet. So now, boom. Once you get that 1,000, now we're going to add all our scholarships. However much these numbers are, they go from anywhere from 500 to, you know what I'm saying, $5,000, $10,000. So everything past your National Guard payment is green. That's all money that's going straight from the university straight into your bank account. Like you're making money by being a guardsman and not have to worry about school while still receiving your education. So at the end of the day, the end of the semester, the Army says, let's see your grades. Boom, I got all C's, I got all B's, I got all whatever. I passed, you passed. Turning your grades, that $14,400 is green. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you what to do with the money you get, but don't spend it all in one place. You feel me? Get groceries, get gas, but don't spend it all in one place. You feel me? So after that, I mean, that's just college. This is college. Let's not even talk about trade schools, because trade school is, I'm gonna touch on that in every single one of the 5, because I've been to college. I also been in trade. I have trades, and I have certifications because it was all free. It was all free. So why not? I'm a lifelong learner. Lifelong learners are lifelong earners. You feel me? This uniform not gonna make me $1 million, but it's gonna put me on the road in the right direction so I can meet the people and the team that will. You feel me? It's all about trajectory. You got to change yours. So let's move on, man. Let's move on. Beat education down. So let's talk about employment. Have you ever heard a thing called veterans preference? Veterans preference. Chrysler, GM, Ford, Gleaners, the different nonprofits, they have what is called veterans preference, right? Some of the companies have a program called, I know Ford has a program called Hero to Hire. So what they do is they literally take veterans and they match them with a job in their organization that can be beneficial to them. So let's say you don't choose to get your degree, don't elect to get your degree. You still have all these benefits that you could pass them down to your kids, your wife. You'll say your wife want to get her degree. Pass it down to her. Let's say I'm more of a blue collar. I need to be in that plant, making that cheese, clocking that time. What they gonna pay for? What will we pay for? You still got that $4,000. Oh, and you got another $4,000 coming. I'm gonna wait till we get to training to talk about that. You still have the $4,000 from federal. Then you have the Hero to Hire program. Let's say you want to be a welder. Use that federal tuition to become a welder. Or you could pay out of pocket. You could spend your own money for your own things, but I'm just telling you that people got money that they're trying to give to you. And they ain't trying to beg you for it. You feel me? So once you do that, right? Once you have taken advantage of membership into the Michigan Army National Guard, you can take advantage of all of these, school incentives. And while you're taking advantage of all these school incentives, you can then raise your trajectory, raise your standard of living, right? So now let's move on to training, because we just did employment, veterans preference, Hero to Hire. I mean, we're not even gonna talk about the immense resume builder, how training correlates into college credits. Has anybody told you that? The training you go through while we're teaching you and paying you to learn how to do a job. Let's say I want to be a welder. They'll send me to a school to become a welder. Let's say I want to be a paramedic. They'll send me to EMT school. Then they'll send me to paramedic school. I want to be a flight medic. They'll send me to critical care school. Then they'll send me to flight school. Those are all trades, skilled trades that the Army said we need, so we'll pay for. We'll pay for you to do that. And then you come to the civilian side and he's like, I got all these certifications. And they're like, well, we don't have to pay for your certifications. Yes, we want to hire you because veterans preference, because you're already trained, because you already have the education. We want to hire you. And you've paid nothing, right? I got my degree already. It's already paid for. Everything already paid for. Well, okay, let's, what you want to do? Take down them student loans? We got you. 50 bands, green, it's green, it's green, it's gone. You feel me? It's gone. So then you say, all right, well, I am a project manager. Or let's say I got my degree in business administration. Okay, I manage accounts. All right, well, I'm going for a promotion. I want to be the general manager of this facility. All right, well, what do you need to do that? Oh, I need a project management certification. Do you know that you still have $4,000 other dollars called Army Cool Credentialing Assistance Online Learning Program? It's an online platform of just courses that you could take, from project management to Lean Six Sigma. All my environmental people, you know about that. All my public health people, you know about that. All my legal people, you know about all of this stuff. Project management, corporate mergers, Lean Six Sigma. Yeah, I'm not coming in. I'm not waking up for anything less than 70K. What's up? I'm like, oh, well, when you put it that way, it is going to take 4 people to do what you do. It's about making yourself marketable. Nothing will make you a millionaire but you. Right? Oh, we ain't gonna talk. Okay. All right. Now that's just number 4. All right. That's number 4. We 25 minutes in. Let's talk about number 3. Right? My number 3 is the benefits and overall from federal to state. Right? The overall benefits from federal to state. Right? The overall benefit. When we talk about the overall benefits from federal, service to the community, state, and country. Not only are we talking about the school benefits, but we're also talking about intrinsic life benefits that can help you be a better member of society, a better member to your family, a better husband, a better wife, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like let's talk about service to the community, state, and country. We in the community. Park cleanups, you feel me? Volunteer hours for the high school kids. You need at least 40 volunteer hours for your high school kid to graduate. So why not be a part of the organization that working right there, clean up a park with your son and daughter? or your niece and nephew, or your little cousin, or little friends, right? You in the news as a positive figure in society. Also, while we're beautifying the neighborhood in the area, you're a part of that neighborhood watch. You're a CPR trainer, so you're teaching those members of the community CPR, first aid, in the event something terrible happens. That's you. You're there for the hurricane, for the floods. You're passing out water for the water crises. That's you. You the hero. Every single day, you the hero. It's crazy. So now we're going to move on, all right? We're going to move on to service to the state. Same thing, natural disasters. You know what I'm saying? Service to the country. I can do it in Germany. I could do it in Florida. I could do it in Texas, New Mexico, California. So when people say like, oh man, I want to be able to travel and leave the nest, and you know what I'm saying? And like leaving your hometown in your 20s is a life hack in order to achieve your dreams. All right, so let's go down. Okay, life experiences. Come on, man. I done set up hospitals in Serbia, giving vaccinations in Africa, treated patients in Georgia, the UAE, like protected Americans in Serbia, search and rescue operations. I did Detroit Rescue, EMS. I was a part of the pediatric and neonatal dedicated ambulance for Superior Air Ground Ambulance. I know you see them trucks all around, the real green. I did that too, man. But I was still always in this uniform. I was still always a soldier. But these organizations hire you and they want to use you and they want to teach you. Because at the end of the day, we need a strong society. But that strong society that we need, that can be the thing that fills your bank account, man. All right, so let's move on, man. So, all right, networking with great people. So your obligation to the military, your commitment, right? Your commitment to the Michigan Army National Guard, a typical guardsman, not the one that's traveling for years at a time. A typical guardsman, his obligation is 1 weekend a month. 1 weekend a month. So that's out the year, that's 12 weekends. And then 2 weeks in the summer. So it's about in between 36 and 40 days a year that you're spending drilling with the Michigan Army National Guard. The expectation is you'll take at least 10 weeks to learn how to be a soldier, how to march, how to wear a uniform, how to salute, how to say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Believe it or not, some people got to learn how to wash clothes. Some people got to learn how to mop. Some people got to learn how to iron clothes. You know, some people got to learn that you got to mate your socks and green don't go with white. Like, some people got to know that you can't wear Nike socks all the time. Like, some people got to know these things, right? So that's what that 10 weeks teaches you. It teaches you how to be competent around a firearm. It's not going to make you into the American sniper, but it's going to teach you how to be competent and be safe around firearms, right? Because firearms are everywhere. It's inevitable. It's a skill that everybody should know, right? It's going to teach you how to obey traffic laws. It's going to teach you how to obey rules, right? Because there's things that everybody should know. The basis of what it takes to be a functional member of society. That's what you learn in basic training. Then we go on to advanced individual training. If I'm a cook, I'm going to learn how to cook. If I'm a medic, I'm gonna learn how to be an EMT paramedic. If I am a welder, I'm gonna learn how to weld. If I'm a nurse, I'm gonna learn how to be a nurse. I'm gonna learn how to take vitals with the best of them. You feel me? So advanced individual training is just like it said, it's whatever job you've chosen, it's gonna teach you how to perform that job to the proficiency and level greater than that of a civilian, I believe. Because we have to do it under pressure. We have to do it for people that are healthy. We have to do it in environments that aren't always the most equipped and the best. So we have to learn how to be calmer than the average person. If I'm welding, I gotta learn how to weld equipment that people are actually gonna use every single day. So your welding gotta be spot on. You know, that's why that veteran's preference comes into play, because you have skills and you have a calmness and a demeanor about you that nobody else has. So then we're gonna move on, right? After, then you got unit activations, local, national emergencies and volunteer events, you know, park cleanups, all that stuff. National emergencies, that's, you know, the war on terror all the way to Hurricane Katrina back in the day. You know what I'm saying? All the way to local, like, you know, Flint water crisis and things like that. So those are your commitments to the Guard, man. 40 days out of the... Look, when I was on active duty, it's 365. I barely had time to go to college. Barely had time to go do homework and study. You're talking about 40 days out the year and you still could get everything I get? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know why y'all tripping. Tripping. So yeah, networking with great people in industries all over the country, life experiences. We just hit that in the head. A typical drill day, I told you what the expectation was. During that typical drill day, you're gonna come into contact with people from all over the state of Michigan in one location, right? You might meet a Chamber of Commerce member, right? You might meet a police officer. You might be, everybody's in your unit. You might meet a nurse. Like on the civilian side, they all already have jobs. We just coming together to build each other up and be a unit together. But on the civilian side, like, what you doing on the civilian side? You get that question all the time. Oh man, I'm in college. What you doing on the civilian side? Oh, I'm a lawyer. What you doing on the civilian side? Oh, I'm a doctor. You're like, oh, now you networking with people that are successful. What you doing on the civilian side? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I do taxes. Oh man, what do you do on the civilian side? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. What do you do? I teach firearms, CPL, CPR. Like, now you getting into some networking stuff. Now you creating a nucleus of people that you could pull from to be successful. Millionaires aren't made in methods. Millionaires are made when you can mix and mingle. Networking is the key. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Highly skilled training and leadership experience. You learn how to step outside yourself, think of others, and be what you need to be for the people that need you to be that. That's all I'm gonna say about that, man. I got an in-depth video on what is a leader versus managerial dichotomy, things like that. We got definition quizzes, all that's coming to you soon, to a phone near you, to a YouTube near you. All these things will be available to you, right? You already know, like when you first get in the military, most people get in the military E2, E3, you're making anywhere from $1,700 to $1,800 on active duty status, but you're making anywhere from $300 to $400 every weekend. Once you put this uniform on, you're getting paid. So if it's 2 days, we're gonna go ahead and give you $200-300. If it's 2 weeks, we're gonna have to go ahead and give you $1,800. Why not? You getting paid, you doing work. That's on top of your regular job. Moving on to number 2, man. Bettering yourself, your situation, bettering your trajectory, shattering your limitations and not feeling stuck. My horoscope says, as a Taurus, May 3rd, 1992, my horoscope says that I cannot be in a job that's repetitive. Oh, we have over 200 jobs that can be directly in alignment with what you do, nursing, civilian nurse, military nurse, or can be completely opposite, paralegal on the civilian side, firefighter on the military side. Whatever you want to do, man. It's crazy. You could be a pilot on the military side and then turn around and be a legal aid or a lawyer on the civilian side. I'm just saying, man, the choice is yours. So, my number 1 reason for joining the military is self-actualization. Maslow has a hierarchy of needs. Boom. That hierarchy of needs ends, boom, at self-actualization. But what do you do after that? To me, that was a thing, that self-actualization thing, right? That was the thing that caused me to question, okay, once I'm able to self-actualize, one, how do I get to self-actualization? Once I'm able to self-actualize, what next? So now it's projection and interpretation. So now I'm giving people what made me become the best version of myself. I'm giving it to other people. After you self-actualize, you can then mentor. So, and I've begun the process of mentoring only because I've had the experiences to allow me to mentor. Now I can be for society what society in the military has been for me. A help, an asset. And I don't have to draw from financial institutions. I don't have to draw from government assistance. Now, instead of drawing from these things, I can put in two. I have my own business. I'm in the process of creating my own nonprofit. That's what I'm saying, man. This is just a tool. This is what's gonna make you rich. This is a tool. Take advantage of it, man. My number 1 reason is experience. Life experience, cultural experience, the experience to self-actualize and become the best version of yourself possible. Because you can strip away the benefits, you can strip away the money, you can strip away $70K a year, you can strip away all this, everything. I got my family, and I'm the best version of myself, and I can get it all back. That was my number 1 reason for joining. nervousness, that's not even on the radar. I'm not nervous for a life that I want to live because I'm too determined and I'm too relentless to let nerves stop me from being the best person I want to be, right? As a combat medic, I had to be the calmest person in the room. I can't be doing this. Can't be shaking. I gotta be the calmest person in the room. I gotta be laser focused. I gotta know what's next. I gotta know who to save, when to save them, and I gotta go for it. So I'm asking you, I'm telling you, man, go for it. Top 5 reasons coming at you. Shout out to all my people in the Metro Detroit area. Shout out to the state of Michigan. Shout out to the Michigan Army National Guard. Shout out to the Army in general, because you allow me to be myself while impacting these kids, while impacting families, while taking care of people, while donating my time, my resources. Shout out to your future, because your future you is who you want to be with. Peace.